I'd like to bring down Louisiana Kreutz, the producer and editor, and Ben Steinbauer, an Austinite that shot a lot of the movie. And that the song in the closing credits was by Matthew Blake, who's from Austin, so I'd like to recognize him.
So these huge catfish are obviously producing a lot of eggs, and so they're probably important for the population. Is there any validity? I mean, like, does noodling kind of target the larger fish more than like people with rod and reel? Is there any validity to the Missouri Fish and Wildlife for going after them, or why did they?
Not really, in my opinion. Just because so few people noodle. Like I know all the guys in Oklahoma that do it, and there's like 150 of them. But there's also 3,000 guys that do trot lining and 10,000 guys that do rod and reeling. And when you're noodling, you're not targeting big fish. Those are the ones we show in the film, but there's probably 500 fish caught that are just so small that we don't want you to see them, like the ones that Lucy caught 2 weeks ago. She caught her first catfish. To answer your question, I think the trot liners and rod and reelers are doing more damage to the catfish population than the noodlers. There's just not enough guys practicing.
So why do they? It wasn't quite clear. Why did they make it illegal for noodlers?
I think it's because we hinted at it in the film. You just can't sell anything. You can't market it, so it's not profitable for the state.
Are the catfish that they catch male or female, or do you know anything about what goes on in those little caves they live in?
Yes, actually I'm going to let Lucy take this one because she did all the animation and that was her idea and she researched that.
So yeah, in those holes there are little beds and lamps and rooms. Found out. No, usually there's the mom and the dad start off guarding the eggs together. It seems like then the mom takes off and the dad's sort of left there. So usually if they find one fish, that usually means that's the dad. And I think there's probably a biological way to tell, but basically you can tell if it's a man if there's only one. And when there's two, like the guy who went by himself, Thomas Riggs, he kept saying mom and pop. He was talking about the mom and the dad were both in the hole, and he caught them both.
And little boy blue.
And little boy blue. We don't know what he was saying either.
How did you first, maybe you covered this in the first film, which I haven't seen yet, but how did you first come to know noodling and begin to research it?
It was at a family reunion, which, you know, in the first film we cover in the beginning voiceover, but I was a kid that grew up in the suburbs, but I would go, you know, see my redneck cousins and stuff, and they would come back to the reunion with the bloodied arms and stuff, so it always kind of was burned in my mind as something that I thought was interesting. And so when I started making films, probably 97, I started looking for these guys, and it took 3 years because they are very protective of their spots. They just thought I wanted to come and film their spots so I could come back and fish myself. And truth be known, we do that now. So.
No. Brad didn't tell me that I would be filming with the 3-time champion of the OKIE noodling, or, well, one was a runner-up, right? Yeah, 3.5. Anyways, but I didn't know that I'd be filming with him, and he proceeded to noodle for about 14 hours during that day. I mean, just literally, we started at about 6, 7 in the morning, and we didn't stop for lunch. We didn't have breakfast. I saw the man drink a Diet Coke, and I think maybe like a half pack of Oreos. And that was it, the entire day. So, but he also at the same time didn't say anything about being a past winner, about wanting to win the tournament, any of that. It was literally just for the sport. So they actually are that humble and not very hungry.